Welcome back, everyone, to our Let's Play series of TransRoad USA. So something I didn't get to talk about a whole lot in our last video because I had some other things that we needed to talk about is the sound. I've got a new audio mic we have purchased during the sort of Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. We got a Blue Yeti mic. It's actually not for me at all. This mic is for my wife. She is a kindergarten teacher, and this mic is going to be for her. She's going to have her own channel where she's doing read-alouds with children's books to use in the classroom. So I wanted to make sure she had the best equipment that she could get. I have been recording for over a year now on this channel with nothing but a simple headset mic, so nothing fancy there. We got her a bright and shiny new microphone and wish her the best as she gets started with hers. We've been doing some testing with this thing. And actually, the last episode of our Let's Play series here in TransRoad USA was the first video recorded using the new mic. So we've been spending a lot of time testing, and so far, these are the settings that we like best, but I'm sure as time goes on, I will be playing around with these and making some adjustments if I can find ways to make it better. So as far as the game goes, we left off last time with, we've got ourselves two schedules, which is what we want. We're trying to simplify things, keep everything on a very basic level and not get too complicated. But where we left off is we've got slots for two more drivers, and we were talking about what we could do. Well, there are obviously several options. We could go with the dump trailer, which I'm sure would make Billy very happy, and of course make our career mode quest up here very happy. But then we've got another option. We can simply fill out an entire depot's worth, because you can fit 6 trucks in a depot. So we can fill out a depot for each trailer type. And I think that's what I want to do. Again, simplicity. And what this will allow us to do is sort of put to bed our expansion right now in the dry trailers and the reefer trailers. So let's head up to our good friend Mighty Mike here and see what he's got for us. And okay, Mighty Mike has absolutely nothing for us. Great. Let's head down. He's also got another office in Savannah. Let's see what he's got down here for us. Okay, 2-axle, 2-axle. Wow. All right, he's got some different ones. 2-axle. Nope, now we get to 4-axle. All right, so you can see here we've got a couple of options. We can go with the higher purchase price and the lower fixed cost, or the lower purchase price and the higher fixed cost. It really doesn't matter to me either way. Of course, you can get into the spreadsheets. You can do the calculations and see how long it would take for the more expensive truck up front to equal out in cost with the additional fixed costs and all that sort. You can do all that. I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to stick with the basics. Either one of them that can be a fine purchase. So let's just go ahead and get some trucks and trailers purchased. All right, the first one we're going to go with the dry van, and we're going to send these to Indy. But we need a driver. Let's hope for somebody who is fairly cheap. So far, what we're seeing are not those, but of course, they're starting to send us drivers which have the dump trailer license, so it's understandable. And we can't keep them cheap as dirt forever, although maybe I spoke too soon. $260.43 per. Hard to get much better than that. We will definitely take that. Okay, we don't need any special licenses just yet. All right, let's go back in to see Mighty Mike one more time. And let's get a second truck. All right, confirm that. Now we go to the trailers, and let's get the reefer trailer this time. Thankfully, we don't need a special license for either the dry or the reefer trailer. All right, let's run through these, and again, just try to pick up a good deal. Okay, this may be about as good as we're going to get. 700. Yeah. That's about either one of these couple there, around $700 salary and 63 cents a mile. Either one of those will be perfectly fine since we don't care about licenses, although that's not going to be the case for very much longer. Okay, so now we've got, here comes our equipment. Yeah, we're not going to worry about the delays. That's is what it is. Sometimes I do that, and sometimes it's my mistakes. Sometimes I feel like it's just the game being the game. But we're not going to worry about it either way. All right, so now we're down. We just finished up a contract on schedule number 2, which is our reefer trucks. And I cannot wait for our new trucks to arrive in Indy so we can assign them some drivers and get 6 trucks of each type on our schedules. But let's see right now what we've got. All right, we got 4 drivers that are considered idle. Of course, 2 of these are our recent purchases. Then we got 2 more reefer trailers who are down in, looks like both of these are in New Orleans. So that finished up that contract. And now, let's see, so right now we're finishing up Indy to Memphis. Okay, these guys are in New Orleans. Okay, let's see what we've got going around to Memphis. All right, 2 trips there. That would be a very quick way to get us back to Memphis. It's a 2-truck deal, but of course we got 2 trucks to put on it. And we're only really interested in getting them back to a centralized location. All right, Miami. Okay, looks like that's going to be the simplest deal. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time flipping through all these contracts. We're just going to keep things moving. Cooled supplies and medicine. So we're delivering all sorts of stuff. Let's get these guys off and running. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, schedule 1, we need to have something for a backhaul if at all possible, because this is a 1-truck contract, and of course we have 5 on it right now. And let's see, we have 3 folks headed toward Washington, D.C. Let's let them get a little bit closer. And at the same time, that'll let our purchases get a little bit closer to Indy as well. Let's see if we can set up that backhaul back down to Charlotte. Let's change our trailer out. Charlotte, 5 trips. Number of trucks is 3. How about that? All right, that would be a simple one to set up. But once again, let's see if there's anything a little bit better. Preferably with a whole lot more delivery. Okay, so I guess not. I guess we're going to take this one and we're just going to have to like it. So we will do that. All right, I'll let these guys sort out who's going to take what. We may be a little bit too far along for at least one of these guys, but that's the beauty of having 5 trucks. All right, why is this guy... I understand that we're finishing this contract up. Oh, that was a 2-tripper. My bad. So this guy, where is he at? He is in Memphis. Makes sense. All right, so let's work our way back up toward Indy, maybe. We'll see what the trips show us and what the contracts are paying. But right now, looks like 1 truck back up to Indy. Okay, I like that. Let's do that. Let's just get him back up to Indy. Let's make sure before we finalize that. Ooh, a 10-tripper to New Orleans. Okay, nope, never mind. Never mind. I like this a lot because we should have 2 more guys here momentarily that will be here. And where are they? Yeah, there they are. Okay, it's going to be close on the timing because it's a 3-truck deal. Well, you only live once. Let's go ahead and do this. If we get delays, then we just get delays. Okay. Let's go ahead and take care of this thing. As you can see, we got guys going all over the place. And all right, so we got done with 1 contract. That was the 2 guys we were waiting to finish up here in Memphis. So now these guys will all jump on this Memphis to New Orleans contract. Same thing here with our initial contract. So we got all these guys moving along. All right, now that we got a couple of guys down in New Orleans, let's go ahead and see what we've got. Headed right back up to Memphis. All right, there's a 3-trip, a 1-trip, 2-trip, 3 trips. Okay, fine. So you guys are just not wanting to give me great deals. Fine, we'll take the 3-tripper back up to Memphis. We'll finish that one off. That should give us time to finish up this other contract. All right, and at the same time, it looks like, yes, we have our 2 new deliveries, and let's get them on the road as well. All right, so we have 1, and we're not going to worry about the empty miles here. That's just not part of what we're going to worry about. And we've got Indy to Memphis, that would be nice. Where do we need them? I'll tell you what, just head down to Memphis and join up there. Oh, guess it would help if I went into the depot and assigned some drivers. Who we got? We've got Randy. Welcome to the team, Randy. And Austin, thank you very much. You guys hop in. Always nice to have drivers. We're not quite to the Google stage yet where we just have self-driving cars running around everywhere. All right, so now let's get our dry trailer, and we'll head him, I guess the closest thing, well, probably not going to matter a whole lot. Let's go ahead and send him over to Washington. There we go. Now, some of the math won't work out quite as nice now that we have 6 drivers on these instead of 5, so all these 10 or 15 trip deals, the math won't be quite as good on there, but hey, we can deal with that. If that's the biggest problem we got, we can deal with that. There we go. There's one of our contracts fulfilled on the reefer deal. All right, so now we got guys going to Memphis and New Orleans back and forth, and we'll try to keep it that way as much as we can. The biggest reason why is that it is leveling up both of these places, particularly more in New Orleans because we have our marketing going on right now. And how much longer is it? 21 days, okay? But as you can see, it won't be much longer, and this contract will be done any second now. Oh, wait, what happened? We got our first trailer who has made it to New Orleans. And yeah, there we go. They're finishing up this contract. I thought we might actually get it completed before we started showing up all these, but I guess not. So let's look for, I would love to get into 10 and above. Just, I cannot wait till we get there. The less we have to micromanage this thing, the better. All right, let's look. Memphis, there's 1 trip, 2 trips, 3 trips. Again, the money is not that big a deal to me at this point. We're trying to level up. We're trying to get some things done and keep these guys busy. We're making plenty of money. We're at 1.5 million. And so everything is going great. So we got our 6 trucks. Of course, we're going to have some guys that are going to be looking for work here shortly. And yes, you fulfilled it with a delay. Got it. All right, so we're ready for another backhaul here. So we didn't turn out quite so nicely as I had hoped on that backhaul, but we're going to try again. We'll just stay with it. Because as I've mentioned before, if the biggest problem we have is a delay in a shipment in a game, we'll be fine. So let's look for something headed back down to Charlotte. Oh, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Again, don't worry so much about the money. The money is $2,100 per trip, $67,000 completion bonus. What I really care about at this point is the 50 trips. And it's a single truck contract, so we're just going to try to run through this thing as quickly as we possibly can. That'll keep them busy for a little while as we work toward completing this other 50 trip contract. All right, let's move back over to our reefer trailers right now and see that everything is going well. We should be completing here shortly. Yeah, there we go. We're going to start to get guys showing up in Memphis. Nope, he's actually in New Orleans. Oh, there he is. He's down here because there's no room for him on this contract in New Orleans. So we're going to find another contract from New Orleans headed up to Memphis. So preferably, let's see, we got 2 more trucks headed here. So a 3-trip deal to Memphis would be great. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that, but 2 and 1 will work because this will give us an opportunity to get the first 2 guys that finish up here. We'll go ahead and get them back up to Memphis, and then the last guy, if nothing else, we'll go ahead and get that 1-trip deal to get him back to Memphis as well. Or hopefully we can find a better deal there for him. Where is he at? He is, okay, now he is in Memphis. That's these guys. Okay. So now headed back down. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. New Orleans. Man, I need one of these to finish up real quick. Otherwise, he's going to head back to St. Louis. I tell you what, let's see. Really don't want, I need a single trip. There we go. Let's see if we can let him take this deal. Again, it's not about the money right now. I just need him to sort of drive around for a minute while we can get some things completed. And then we can get him back on the other schedule with these guys. So the good thing is right now we're full as far as our capacity. We're full on both of our depots, our HQ in Augusta as well as in Indy at our first depot. All right, so here comes this guy. He is off. And let's see, we got 2 trucks, 1 truck. Man, none of these trips are, unfortunately, are doing what I need them to do. So this guy is in Memphis. Let's go ahead and see what we've got. Memphis going back down, hopefully, anyway, to New Orleans. Yeah, we'll take that. So maybe we'll just move from Schedule 2 to Schedule 3. Who knows? However it works out is however it works out. There we go. So let's get these guys still going. Schedule 1. And there we go. The economic boom in the dump market has ended. Okay, so maybe Billy knew what he was talking about. Billy is laughing at us right now because we simply did not take his advice and hurry up on the dump trailers. So there you go, Billy. That's 1 up for Billy. Okay, so we just finished up with one of our contracts on Schedule 2. That's what we were waiting on. We needed that a little bit earlier. But now, this guy is, where is he at? He is in Memphis. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. So now we'll drag him on here. And again, the quicker we can get these things. Memphis now up to a level 3. I like it. And let's see what just completed. That was on. Okay, yeah, that was on here. Another contract on Schedule 2 just completed. Okay, there's our idle driver. Where is he at? He is in New Orleans. And let's see if we can find something in New Orleans headed back to Memphis. Let's just keep this train going as long as we can. Miami, 3-tripper back up to Memphis. Okay, that's not bad. Again, we're trying to level up. You can see we're getting there in New Orleans. We're getting there. Okay, let's drag you onto here. All right, now we're paused again because this guy who is in, he's up in Memphis. And let's go ahead and drag him there. So now we're consolidating everything into schedule number 3. Now, schedule 2 is gone. Let's go ahead and get all of these guys right there. And also, while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and get the game get going. Let's see what we got for maintenance. Okay, we got a couple of guys that are going to need it here fairly soon. 1 of each, dry and reefer trailers. Okay, and now we're back to having one of our reefer trailers ready. Where is he at? He is in New Orleans. Let's see once again if we can find something in New Orleans. Headed back to Memphis. Man, I cannot wait until we can get past these few contracts. Or these few trips on these contracts. There we go. All right, we'll take this one. It needs 2 trucks. Well, we definitely got 2 trucks to put on it. All right, let's go ahead and do this. And load him up. Again, we got guys coming in that should be able to jump onto this pretty quick. There you go. There's 2. There's 3. Now we're done with another contract. All right, nobody is idle. Everybody right now sits on a contract, but you can see these are going to be done very quickly back in Memphis. So let's go ahead and let them take care of that. All right, and there's one other thing that I want to do in today's video. Let's go ahead and let this get this first thing taken care of first. We know we got everybody in the reefer trailers are headed back to Memphis. Let's see if we can find another great contract out of Memphis, preferably going back down south. There's a 4 contract deal. That may be what we have to take just to keep going back down there and make best use of our marketing strategy, even though it may not be necessarily the best deal. Yeah, that's going to be, let's just go with that. All right, where are you? New Orleans, there we are. So we'll take that one. And again, just try to keep this thing going, keep the carousel flowing as long as we can. Okay, there we go. And the other thing I want to do is I want to purchase another depot. So we're maxed out right now as far as trucks. So we've got some options, of course, as we always do. And one of the options is I could go into the HQ. I could upgrade the HQ to a level 3. That would open up the ability to use these as maintenance depots as well. Well, monetarily, I don't think that makes any sense, but just from a function of simplicity and efficiency, I think it's probably okay. Again, forget about the money. I'm not worried about that. But because we're here to have fun. I mean, let's just experience some different things. Another thing I want to do is try to buy out a competitor. But the one thing that's stopping me there from even really thinking about that seriously right now is I know there are some glitches around that. There are glitches around recurring contracts. There are glitches regarding taking over competitors. So those two things I'm sort of putting out of my mind for now, but I really, really want to get to them at some point in the future whenever I feel like there's been enough updates and we can do that without having to worry too much about any game-breaking bugs that we might encounter. Okay, we need another contract out of Memphis. He is in Memphis, right? Yeah. So Memphis, and we're still on the reefer trailer. It's easy for me to forget that. And once again, we are going to head back down to... Okay, finally, you can see where are we at. Memphis, almost to level 4. Same thing here with New Orleans. So we're getting there. We're getting to where we want to be. It just takes a little bit of micromanagement and a little bit of hands-on to get us there. You can see 36.7 thousand. Completion bonus, 2,800 per. I like it. All of these are good things. And it's a single truck contract. Love those. All right, let's do that. And now we just finished up one of our 50-trip contracts over here on Schedule 1 with our dry trailers. And so it was Charlotte to Washington. So now we need Charlotte to Washington. And let's see what we've got. Only really want Washington right now. And the money is not a huge deal. 15 trips. Let's just make sure we don't have a better deal down here. Look at there. 15 trips to New Orleans. Okay, there's a 3-tripper down there. Okay, we're fine. We'll take this one. It is a 1-truck deal. There we go. And I'll let these guys sort out who is going to be on there because we have plenty of time and should not have any issues with timing there. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our depots options. Now, obviously, we could start heading out west, but I'm not ready to quite do that just yet. We know there's a depot available in Boston. If I scroll in, you can see it's right there. There are no other depots available right in this immediate area because somebody got the one I wanted in D.C. So that's a good reason to start trying to take over, folks, is to try to get some of the depots I want. I would also love to have the one in Memphis. The one in Savannah is taken, but you can see there's one right here in Charlotte. So that's the one I'm going to get. 180 grand, not too terribly worried about that. Our money, again, is doing great. So now we have 2 more slots open. So now we have a decision to make. Do I want to continue expanding and get something like, 10 or 12 dry trailers, 10 or 12 of the reefer trailers? Well, for right now, no, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is we're going to head back up to our HQ. I really wish that they could, the more I play this game, one of the big things I wish they would do is have some sort of a quick way to select like a list of cities down through here. Maybe cities that we've been to. I don't know exactly how this needs to work, but some sort of menu where I could just find Augusta here and just click on it rather than having to scroll, because scrolling in this game isn't quite as nice as I would like. All right, so now we're here. Let's go into concessions, and you can see we already own the dry and the reefer. The dump trailer, this is going to make Billy very happy if we spend 100 grand and get that dump concession. So let's go ahead and do that. There's 100 grand. We're down to 1.4 million. And then you can see flatbed would be next, 500 grand. But of course, you can see it's locked out right now. We're not ready for that yet. We've got some leveling up to do, which actually wouldn't be too much longer from now. But we're not going to not going to worry about that. That'll just sort of happen naturally as we continue to progress throughout the game. All right. Also, you notice anytime I'm click on our HQ, you can see our fixed costs right there at the bottom right hand. Every once in a while I glance at that, but for the most part, I don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about it. And the reason I don't is basically because we're doing great on money and we're having fun, so I'm not going to risk getting myself too interested in doing spreadsheets. So now let's just sort of back out just a little bit here. And let's see that we've got our HQ up here in Augusta. We've got another depot in Indy. Now we're in Charlotte. So the southeast is sort of taken care of with these two, and then we get up to the north right there. And then from here on out, almost just by necessity, we'll have to head west, and then who knows how many other available depots there are, because keep in mind, we have all our competitors that are doing the same thing as us. They're trying to grow, they're trying to get better, and all of that. But now the most important thing for us is we have room for 2 more trucks. So let's go ahead and make those dump trucks. Ha, not quite. I get it. Bad joke. But we're going to get some dump trailers. Now, what do we need for a dump trailer? Well, 2 axles won't work, because you can see here, what they're telling us here is that this would be partial speed. So essentially what this would mean to us is we would need twice as many 2-axle trucks as we would 3-axle trucks or more in order to do this. We have no interest in that. So here's a 3-axle truck. Now I have no idea how much these things are supposed to cost. $6 grand per week seems extremely expensive, but for our purposes to keep things going, we're going to go with it. It just essentially means that we're going to need to make some serious cash in order to just cover the basic costs here. All right, so $159,000. You can see that's a good bit more than what we've been paying for the 2-axle trucks. But again, we're going to go with it. All right, we're going to send this truck to Charlotte. That's perfectly fine. And let's confirm that purchase. Now we need to go get a trailer. All right, let's move past the only trailers that we've been using so far, the first 2. Now we get into the dump trailer. You can see it's more expensive in every way, both upfront and the fixed cost. Let's go ahead and purchase that. And we're going to send it to Charlotte as well. It would be bad if we sent the truck and the trailer to different places. Now is the first time we're going to have to worry about what licenses these guys have whenever we're hiring. So he does not have a dump license. He's automatically out. There we go. Our first guy. Ooh, he is very expensive. Of course, he's got several licenses too, so that makes sense. Still no dump license. Oh, there's a very nice and cheap one, but no dump license. Now, another thing we can do if it turns out we don't have anybody available, because it looks like we're getting back into getting some cheap drivers there. Oh, there's a dump license. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. But another thing that we could do is we can actually swap drivers and trucks. The same driver isn't stuck with that one truck. We can change that out, but I prefer, obviously, not to have to do that. So here, this turns out perfectly. He has the dump license, and he is pretty cheap as well. So we'll go ahead and hire him. I think it's a him. I really wasn't paying attention to the name. All right, let's let this thing work itself out. Now you can see we have one idle truck that is headed to Charlotte. Okay, let's go ahead, come back in to see Mighty Mike. And let's see if he's got another 3-axle. He does not. We're up to 4 axles after that. All right, let's just see here in Charlotte. Let's look at the used trucks. I'd like to stay with the new ones as much as possible just because of the maintenance. Let's see. He does not have any 3 axles either. All right, who else is around? Let's try to stay pretty close here. All right, let's look over in Memphis and just see what we've got. Anybody got any 3 axles? No, nobody has 3-axle trailers, or trucks rather. And let's see, let's go up to Detroit. All right, you have 1. $3 grand per week. Okay, so that is more like it. The $6 grand we saw was very expensive. What about any more? Okay, you got any more? I should have come here first. How about that? But it's pretty expensive, of course, because it's brand new. So we get the $70,000 maintenance. But again, we're having fun with this. Let's see. No, go ahead and send it down to Charlotte, because that's where I'm going to start our dump trailers, our picking up our contract. So even though it's a little bit longer of a haul to get down there, let's go ahead and do that. Come on, one more. There we go. Dump trailer. Buy that. And we need a driver. So if we're getting the same thing we had before, I do not want this guy. He is very expensive. But we may have to do something. Yeah, we may have to do something else. Nope, we do not. There we go. I knew once we saw this guy, he was cheaper. We'd have to go with that. But now we have one even cheaper. So we'll hire him. And here we go. Let's go ahead and get this thing ready. You can see one of our trucks is already on the way. There we go. He is already at Charlotte. Let's head to the Charlotte depot. And so we have Travis and Charlotte. How about that? Charlotte in Charlotte. You get the first job. All right, so let's just see, because it's going to take us a little bit. You can see right here, we've got, it's going to take a while. Wait a minute, wait. What did I do? Did I seriously do that? Did I seriously send that? Okay, I guess we're going to have to figure out how to... Oh my goodness, how about that? All right, we'll deal with that. My goodness. I can't be trusted with anything. All right, let's go to the dump trailers, and this is going to be, looks like Schedule 2 is available. And wow, 6 trucks on that one. Yikes. All right, this is a nice one. 6,300, 87,000 completion bonus. All right, do we even need to look any further? Well, yeah, and the reason is because right below it is 229,000. I mean, you just can't not look at that. 11,000 per trip. We need 3 trucks is what we need right now. All right, let's look on down, see what we've got. We need a single truck deal, obviously, on this 9,000. Okay, so we found, looks like up at the top is going to be what we are looking for. Wow, very nice. And it also lets us know and really confirms what we know to be the case, which is that as you progress through the different trailer concessions, the loads should be paying a lot more as we get there, particularly up to as we get closer to the vehicles. If we can transport vehicles, that should be the highest paying. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to undo what I did there and how to get a truck. Hopefully I can attach a driver once he gets to Charlotte and then drive him over to Indy and pick up his trailer. So hopefully it won't be that big a deal. In fact, I'm just dying to know how that's going to work out. So let's watch this out here. There's our trailer has been delivered. And let's see what just happened. We got Schedule 3. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's head back over and take care of our reefer guys. So we got 6 reefer trucks on this deal. And let's see, we're going Memphis to New Orleans. So, and look at that. We got all these people in New Orleans. Let's head on back to Memphis. Change out our trailer type. Memphis, no, we don't want that. Not one trip. We want whole bunches of trips. Give us whole bunches of trips. You're not going to do it, are you? The game is playing with me right now. It knows what I want. It knows very well what I want. There we go. This will work. Thank you, game. Thank you very much. Vegetarian food as opposed to regular food. We couldn't just say vegetables. I mean, it has to be vegetarian food, so nobody else is allowed to touch it unless you are a card-carrying member of the vegetarian party. So let's take this. There we go. Make sure we're on the reefer contracts, the reefer schedule. Make sure everything lines up because it would be just like me to mess that up. Okay, just trying to make sure one last time everything is good. Okay, let's get our... Oh, wait, everybody's already there. I got excited. I thought we had one person to drop on there immediately. All right, there we go. A couple of trucks drop onto there. One guy got out of there without doing it. Again, I could have grabbed him out of the list and drug him over there, but we're not going to worry about that. He is doing just fine. All right, did we get there? Yes, we got there. Let's go ahead and pause. So now let's enter the depot. Travis, I am so sorry for what I have done to you. By the way, you look kind of like Notch, by the way. I'm just saying. So I am going to need you. I'm going to need you to drive over. Can I just drag you over here? Can we do this? No? Okay. So how am I going to get you over there? Is that not a thing I'm allowed to do? Can we not? Well, looks like I'm going to have some issues. Maybe if I unpause it, maybe he'll take off. No. Or maybe he won't. So either way, so how am I supposed to get, how about if I drag that on there? I mean, that shouldn't work, but if I drag it to the depot? No. All right, these guys are just, all right, I'm going to have to look up how to do that. That's first time I've made this particular mistake, so I've got some work to do. But in the meantime, everything is going rather well. We've got our dry trailers doing well, making us some nice money. Again, that is going to be a very nice deal. 67 grand completion bonus whenever we get done there. Then we've got our new, at least one dump trailer that is set up and off and running. And then we've got our reefer trailers that have really been working hard at upgrading both Memphis and New Orleans. And you can see everything is going great there. So I estimate that we should have some much longer contracts coming up there. So we'll leave it here for now. I guess if worse comes to worse, I can always just go in and sell this trailer and buy another one. I mean, we can do that. But looks like I got a little homework to do. Thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned for more of our Let's Play series, TransRoad USA.